Hey, all right, we can get things going. I should have enough energy, maybe enough energy. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm probably gonna need some help remembering some stuff from WrestleMania. But um, you know, damn, I didn't even get to do my intro yet, and the pro wrestling podcast, or like how we like to call it now, the Pew Pew podcast. Uh, damn, coming in strong with his hot take of Cody is dead to me. I didn't even welcome everybody here and do my patented beginning of this interesting podcast now. And Kevin says, glad to be of service. WrestleMania, I love this time of year. All right, so let's back up a little bit, man. Let's back up a little bit. Nah, you're good. It's just that I wasn't expecting like to come back from after like using the bathroom to be like, oh, let me just read that out. Cody is dead to me. What? this okay. You know what? Let me start my intro because this is probably an official podcast and I'm probably gonna put up for audio purposes as well. All right, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Square Circle Podcast. I am your host, Marie Shadows, and we are here talking about the one, the only Cody Rhodes. American Nightmare Cody Rhodes has definitely showed up at WWE. Despite all of the rumors going around, all the dirt sheets fighting each other, all the dirt sheets letting you know that the sky is fucking blue, but yet then have all these different takes on Cody's, have all these different sources that are like, yes, no, maybe. I don't know. He probably backed out. But I'm going to tell you once again that the sky is blue. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this on twitch.tv/Marie_shadows, thank you for doing so. And I highly appreciate you guys being here and watching this here. If you're hearing this on the audio podcast, I will try my best to describe every single little thing that you cannot see. I will be your eyes, probably your ears too. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you get the idea that basically, thank you for either watching this or hearing this. We're just gonna talk all about Cody Rhodes, and we're definitely gonna be like, hey, if you are tired of the fucking dirt sheets, then come support wrestling content creators that want to do this 24/7. That's all you got to do. Yeah, I guess we could just talk about Cody Rhodes because this is all going to be Cody Rhodes. And if you saw my video on Twitter where I basically put the finest of the finest tweets that I got across the internet, then, thank you for watching that. Those are some pretty interesting tweets. Who's Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes. You know, the son of Dusty and everything like that. I know they call him Cody Rhodes anyway, even though he's what do you call it? They call him on his graphic it showed up as Cody. So, Uh anyway. Um so yeah, I'm getting a little distracted here. A little tiny bit distracted. Uh anyway, ooh, putting you over. Oh my god, thank you so much for coming by. Oh my god, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate that. All right, now I gotta like go up and read the stuff. Okay, so cool. Yeah, the American Nightmare, the Pro Wrestling Podcast says, nah, in all seriousness, I'm happy to see him come back to a company that his father was at, but other than that, screw him. Oh my god, man. Pro Wrestling Podcast, you should definitely get the Bullet Club shirt that says fuck him. Fale has them under his pro wrestling tees. Um Kevin comes in with, oh, Stardust, gotcha. Yeah, which by the way, he did the Stardust thing, and I marked out for that. I thought that Stardust was a very interesting, awesome character. But other than that, like, all right, I gotta stop looking at my messages. But other than that, like, it was a very fun first night of WrestleMania. Um, in the chat, they're fighting over about who's more of a nightmare and stuff. My people in chat got those yo mama jokes, which I always find pretty funny and sometimes pretty stupid. Um, Anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna say this out there that I personally knew that Cody was probably going to like show up based on like one of my sources and contacts. But other than that, like okay, so I guess we could get to the confession parts of this. You know what? Before we do that, right? So I don't know who here has seen the video um of what I made. And I think it's very funny. So I'm gonna play it first and then we could get into the confessions because I think it's pretty funny for that. Uh is it gonna work? What up, guys? It's Marie Shadows of the Square Circle Podcast. And earlier on Twitter, I had asked the wrestling community to give me their takes on Cody Rhodes. And I could definitely say I found some good ones. So let's go check them out. Wow, can't you believe what they're saying about Cody Rhodes? Well, if you want more, head over to my Twitch channel where we're going to talk more and all things Cody Rhodes and probably get into some confessions. These are my confessions. Okay. Um, am I associated with Wrestling News World? No, I am not. I'm not associated with them. I am a one woman podcaster, entertainer, wrestling talker. I'm associated with like some other people, but like not Wrestling News World. Why? What's up? But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that little video with the stupid little uh um tweets that I got from the wrestling community. Which I would think that this one would definitely be like all of our favorites, and if it is, like, let me know if it is. Oh, okay. You were asking putting you over. Okay, that's fine. Um, this thing's pretty accurate, right? As a tweet, you know. From everybody. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try, but thank you. Um, I hope that this tweet from Bowser like actually works, right? Because Bowser's over here, complaining about Cody Rhodes and basically saying that after Mario gets through with you, Cody Rhodes, you'll be seeing Crossroads, and then welcome to the big leagues, bitch. And then hashtag what WrestleMania and like forever gets Peach. Seems very accurate. If you guys think this is very accurate, put yes in the. Actually, you know what? Put one in the chat because one is easier. Put one in the chat if you think that you know this is accurate from everything that you know about Twitter. Awesome. Kevin agrees with me. He put that one in the chat and he thinks that this is very accurate from Bowser. Um, you know, I came this one is probably fun to do and to make. I'll show you all the tweets, man. This feels like old school Yahoo chat. Yeah, I'll show you guys all the tweets because I'm gonna reveal on here that I had fun making it. This seems accurate as Shy Guy, right? Just hashtag Cody Rhodes. Like, um, that seems very accurate. Again, put one in the chat if you think it seems very, very accurate of Shy Guy. Yeah, sure. And then also on Twitter, give me like send it to my DMs too. But even if you do plug in your newsletter, I'm not even sure if I mean the other people who are watching this might click on it. But I want to give you a bigger audience. So like after this or whatever, or just shoot me a DM and I will retweet it. And I do this because like I'm tired of like people sort of gatekeeping in a way and not thinking that helping each other out is not a very good thing. Um, You know what? I'll leave Shy Guy up here. I was gonna switch to another one, but I just wanted to mention that hey Kevin, thank you for following. We're gonna go into a story time in a way. So I remember, yeah, definitely. Let's help each other out. So I remember like the first year in like being in the wrestling community and trying to get my foot in and like trying to be friends with certain people and just feeling my way out. Like, obviously I didn't know you guys ahead of time. Like, this is like little Marie. Let's call it that. I remember people were like, oh, don't retweet other people's work because then when people go to your page, like your Twitter profile, like it's gonna be filled with other people's work that's not necessarily yours. And part of me sort of like stuck to that, and it was like, I had to do stuff for me, but then like as I branched out and like said fuck you to all of them, because they weren't really helpful. They were all in it for themselves. And I get it. You're supposed to be in it for yourself, obviously, because you come first. But if we build up a network together and we like share each other's work, collaborate with each other, let people know that, yo, these are my contacts. Like because sometimes when you're meet with a stranger and they have an idea and they don't know who to collaborate with, or they don't have like the person in their group, you might have the advantage and the strength, and that person in your group, in your circle, may have what that person is looking for. So it's like bam, it's like here, my friend could do this. I see that in your circle you don't have the person that you need to do that collaboration with, but I have it, so I'll give you the contacts and stuff like that. And that's how like we all sort of like help each other out. Obviously we're all not going to agree on everything, but that's totally fine. But at least if you enjoy someone else's work, like you should be like, hey, go check this person out. So after getting rid of all the toxic people I was hanging around with, mainly I probably blocked like most of them, and started hanging out with like better open-minded people that just love what we do. Like we get on here and we definitely are like, hey, let's talk about wrestling, hey, let's have a panel and stuff like that. I can honestly say that the group of people that I'm around, um I can honestly say that the group of people that I am around is basically helping me through not being shy, helping me gain confidence little by little. And I basically like, you know, little by little I'm getting there. Little by little my passion is taking over, and sometimes like I have this personality where like I just go head first into things, and that's how I got like me working at WWE is like going headfirst into stuff. But that was also by luck. But in general, like I believe that we should essentially, um, you know, uh, work together as a team. If I know somebody that like needs somebody else for like the collaboration, just be like, hey, this person, that person. But yeah, I just wanted to take a moment for that, just because it's like we feel, I guess we feel, I don't know, but most of the time it's like, how can I get my stuff out there without like being desperate by dropping a link, or stuff like that. um yeah, I mean, pro wrestling podcast, I don't mind being on your show to talk about all of my opinions and everything that I think of. You know, I will say this though. The last, well, I can't say the last 4 weeks, like, and last 4 weeks, the last 4 days, I think, like last week. So, I decided to, trust my gut on signing up for this 4-day accelerated program about getting brand sponsorships, right? Because we all need like money and stuff like that. Um so basically, like, I took 4 days of this brand sponsorship sort of classes. And usually whenever I see ads like that, those ads that you see where it's like, hey, join my course and blah blah blah, and that's a fucking scam. Surprisingly, the inner me was like, no, we're gonna try this. Hey, square circle top 10. Oh my god. I was gonna do it again. What up, guys? What up, man? I'm in the middle of storytelling. So yeah. Usually my red flags inside would just be like, no, this is a scam. But I did the course for 4 days, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot in brand sponsorship and how to, like, 50% or maybe even less than that, how to reach out to brands to sponsor and stuff like that. And I realized that us as creators are definitely losing a lot of money on the table. Well, basically leaving a lot of money on the table. And I had the idea of that, like, people who went to WrestleMania and WrestleCon definitely left a lot of sponsorship money that, eventually these big companies have to like get rid of because they have a budget. So why not give it to you guys that are the creators, and you can definitely be like, hey, I can do this for you guys and whatnot. Like, you provide them a service. So, with me having an open mind with all the people that I collaborate and talk with and just share their content, and then doing this 4-day accelerated course, the only reason why I'm not in the course is because I don't have $1,100 to be in the course. If I did, I would definitely be in the course, and I would definitely, like, do it, and then probably share what I know. But it was a good 4-day like experience, because I was saying to myself that, like, yo, it kind of sucks that fans will pay $5 for fucking bullshit, $5 for lies, $5 for make up shit. Or my favorite phrase that I love to use is the copy and paste brigade. Like, pay $5 for all that shit while we're here, putting in the work and going through imposter syndrome. And before before this, I was having freaking imposter syndrome. I I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I was having imposter syndrome because for some reason, like, I was super happy yesterday, so all the endorphins and everything, like, was on high because Cody came in and it felt different, and WrestleMania Night One was great. I was having a fun time, like, hollering in my living room, and then, like, come today, like, getting ready just to have this stream. I was just like thinking to myself, like, what's the point? Why why am I doing this? My body is like, no, don't do it. Like, you don't need to, you don't have to. And it's moments like that where it's like, you as a creator that, like, does everything on your own. Because all of us don't have a team. I could tell you that right now. I don't have a team. I do everything on my own because I can control what goes out. I can control, what I write. I can control everything. It's me. And that goes for, like, a lot of people that I know. But to know, and this isn't like complaining or anything. It's more like observation of, like, you put in all this work. We sort of rely on each other to, like, lift each other up, give us high fives. But essentially, like, the fans that gravitate towards the tabloids of professional wrestling, the dirt sheets, get all the praise and all the money. And it's like, guys, there's original wrestling content creators out there creating cool little unique videos and doing stupid shit. And they need love too. And it's not like, again, it's not like I'm complaining. These are just observations that I see from afar. But the one thing that keeps me going is that I have my I have my big ass goals, which is to work for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I have my big ass goals. Well, this one is not really big, but uh, one of my goals is to actually interview wrestlers. But then again, I gotta get over myself. That's a my thing. Um, but yeah, uh, you know, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know. Now I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood once I figured out I wanted to make that fucking video of like, hey, I asked you guys for like Cody Rhodes, tweets, and I think I found like the perfect ones, and I made up, my own tweets, and which, yeah, by the way, I think I probably should not have said that, but either way, it's kind of funny. I know it's past April Fools, but I have fun making that little video before I turn the camera on and I'm like, hey, let me talk to you guys. And to level with you guys and like, I could probably talk about like different opinions all day. Just because like there's always a different perspective that I am always trying to either like understand, maybe change it up a bit or whatnot. But yeah, I did promise that this would be all about Cody Rhodes. But I do thank everyone here that's listening to me just air out stuff that was bothering me earlier in the day. Um, just because, like, for the past like 2 weeks, I haven't had imposter syndrome. For the past 2 weeks, it's been like go try to get Twitch affiliate. Go try to get Twitch affiliate. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta keep going. I even streamed and then did the night classes for the 4 days to learn about brand sponsorship because I'm like I need something. I need something that I can still hold on to. And I guess like for all of us, working and like overworking, kind of just you're just on this path of like eventually one of my goals will work out. Eventually one of, I'll get noticed somewhere or whatever and be like the wrestling analyst that people need and like the different perspectives that people need rather than black or white, rather than coming in here and being like Cody is dead to me. Uh just like that. But then again, the pro wrestling podcast sounds like me whenever I'm like, yo, CM Punk is dead to me. By the way, pro wrestling podcast, you missed last night's long ass live stream where I basically question where the fuck was CM Punk because he loves Ring of Honor, but he didn't have a match. He didn't like say a couple words about like praising the savior of professional wrestling, Tony Khan, about like buying Ring of Honor because apparently like WWE was gonna buy it, but then we don't know if that's true. But yet then everyone still thinks that it was an urgent matter to buy Ring of Honor, and it really wasn't. CM Punk wasn't even on commentary. He could have been the third person on commentary. If he didn't want to do any of that, he could have sat in the crowd and they could have panned to him and be like, hey, there goes CM Punk, one of the leaders and founders and one of the people that definitely put Ring of Honor on their back. But again, he wasn't there and he wasn't even at WrestleCon either. So, Pro Wrestling Podcast, you definitely missed a really good long um, you know, uh podcast yesterday about all of that. Is he the third man? What are we talking about with the third man? I'm sorry, like someone else on Twitter had like tagged me in like a Thomas Island like tweet and stuff, like saying that Thomas Island is like his favorite podcast to listen to and he's gonna listen to it all week, and then apparently like there's like the Grammys going on. Like I have no idea. The Pro Wrestling Podcast said your hate for CM Punk is the same hate for Cody right now. Yo, like this week, like jump into my DM so we can like talk about this. Like I really want to talk about this. Oh, just an okay, good. Cause man, like I don't know, I got tagged in a random tweet and I'm like, I don't know how to decipher this. So all I did was, yay, thanks for listening to Thomas Island. I love that dude though, but I'm just like, yo, yeah, yeah, thanks for listening to Thomas Island. Like I love it, right? Love it. Um anyway, so I guess we can oh, you know what? Let's continue. I want to drink water, but let's continue on with showing you guys the tweets because I'm already done with story time. I really had to get that out. And no, that's not part of the confessions, okay? It's not part of, confessions right now. Um I showed you Shy Guy. I think this one is super accurate. Hold on. Right? This one is super accurate because it's a no-name person that just says, you betrayed me, Cody Rhodes. Like, please tell me in chat that this is like really, really correct. All right, so let's see. Oh, no. Uh, all right. I'm back from still trying to get people to get in here. All right, so hold on. Kevin said, "I've got to go make my kiddo some dinner, but I can't wait to be a part of this show going forward." Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Awesome. Um, Kevin also said, "Also, that's a dumb tweet." Yes, it is. Uh, Squared Circle also said, "I'm happy for Cody. Whatever makes him happy is what everyone should want." And then Greg from Ultra Sport Talk, Ultimate Sport Talk. I'm so sorry, Ultimate Sport Talk. Said he betrayed you. uh, the Pro Wrestling Podcast said, "Laugh out loud. He didn't betray me. I just judge his character now." Okay, I totally get it. I get where you're coming from, Pro Wrestling Podcast. I do. But no, no, Greg. I made a little mini video on Twitter explaining that I had asked the wrestling community to give me their takes on Cody Rhodes. So, I'm revealing my process, which I probably shouldn't, but it's fun to me. I created a bunch of stupid tweets, and like this is very like wrestling community esque, very, 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 very community esque. But yeah, you'll see that around Twitter of like, you betrayed me, Cody. Like the wrestling Twitter definitely be like, no, this person betrayed me. I got to go find myself a new wrestler. First of all, why the fuck are you attaching yourself to the wrestler? Keep it kayfabe. Like, keep it fucking kayfabe. Um, all right. This one here, hold on, wait. Where is it? This one here is probably my favorite one because I know this is true. It's an anime profile picture. By the way, she has her middle finger sticking up. Uh Pro Wrestling Podcast says it's always the no profile picture Twitter accounts get so butthurt about shit sometimes astonishes me. Yeah, exactly. This is my whole point of making fun of everybody. Yeah, and definitely keep it kayfabe for sure, because that's what I do. Unless otherwise I am told by the main source, the first-hand source, to reveal something that's not kayfabe, sure, go ahead. I will do that. But if I'm talking about like Tama and T of like God, I'm keeping all that kayfabe. Bullet Club stuff, I'm keeping all that kayfabe. Like what they say in their backstage comments, that's it. I'm not revealing anything like personal wise unless they tell me so. If they want to. Um, yeah, Square Circle. I know, right? The wrestling community, man. Uh but this one is very reminiscent of it, where it's like Cody took a big paycheck from the enemy company. AEW made you. And then guys, you see my hashtag, right? It's hashtag Tony Khan best booker ever. I'm sorry, I'm cracking myself up here. I'm really cracking myself up here. Um, I just thought that I had a really funny idea. Really, 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 really great. So, I just wanted to share it with you guys and just be stupid about it. Because like I said earlier, for those that are joining in, I had like imposter syndrome, and I just didn't like, if I didn't find something fun, like if my brain didn't create something fun, we probably would not have this Twitch stream, because most likely I probably would have tweeted out like, "Hey, I was going to go live, but I, don't want to." But I found something fun, got over it, and then like created all this shit. Um all right. So, hold on. Wait, what? Yeah. So that's a bad take. Square Circle also said WWE started his journey. New Japan and Ring of Honor allowed him to create this version of Cody. Greg said, first of all, AEW did not make Cody. You guys are taking this too seriously. It's meant to be tongue in cheek. Like, see, this is exactly what the internet wrestling community does. Um, they create stupid shit. So I've been watching from afar of all these stupid cringy ass takes, and I think I got you guys pretty good. Like, I think I'm good at this. um yeah, everyone in chat is definitely upset at all the wrestling community guys or girls, whatever they are. All right, and then the last tweet that I that I have, which I thought it was cute. You can hear how cute it is, right? Where someone like this is true. Yeah, dude, they are. They are. Yeah, Greg. Okay, so because Greg just came in after this tweet, I will play the video that I made. So that way he gets it. Yeah, but yeah. I think this one is cute. Um um I mean, Pro Wrestling Podcast, you know me. I was trying so hard yesterday to try to get some roasting going. I will tell you this though. Every time I try to put out a like, my take on like CM Punk, and like I really don't like him, I get crickets. CM Punk fans don't come in to like, save his ass. But the moment I talk shit about John Moxley, which I did yesterday, man, did I have people coming in to defend John Moxley, and I thought that was so brilliant. So you know what I did? I was like, yo, I appreciate you coming in, defending John Moxley. Like, if you want, like, hop over to my Twitch channel, and I'll explain to you why I'm not like so much of a huge fan of John Moxley. And like, they appreciated. All right, cool, dude, no problem. I appreciate that, they came in to defend their boy. And I told them that on stream yesterday, where I was like, I appreciate everybody that, jumped on that tweet, and I was like, yo, keep doing that, keep doing it. If you see me like, talk shit about John Moxley, it's all good. Um, so let me now play the video for Greg to see. What up, guys? It's Marie Childs of the Square Circle Podcast. And earlier on Twitter, I had asked the wrestling community. What up, guys? It's Marie Childs of. Hold on. What up, guys? It's Marie Childs of the Square Circle Podcast. And earlier on Twitter, I had asked the wrestling community to give me their takes on Cody Rhodes. And I could definitely say I found some good ones. So let's go check them out. Wow, can't you believe what they're saying about Cody Rhodes? Well, if you want more, head over to my Twitch channel, where we're going to talk more and all things Cody Rhodes, and probably get into some confessions. These are my confessions. All right, so that was the video of what I made. And all those, obviously all those tweets are fake, but I definitely, you guys reacted the way that you're supposed to react. Um, you know, And yeah, apologies to those that are listening to this on audio. If you want to see the video version, always go to twitch.tv/, Marie underscore shadows, or you watch the video version via Spotify, because Square Circle Podcast is on Spotify. And because Spotify and Anchor are together, they allow video format for podcast episodes. So go there and watch it. And I think this is gonna, you're gonna see a difference or hear a difference. Yeah, Square Circle, you guys got worked. I was really thinking about how am I gonna make this work, and I made it work, which is amazing. um so yeah, let's just jump right into talking more about Cody Rhodes. I am happy that Cody, you know, I would be the first to admit, right? So I guess we could go into like ushers of like confessions part 2. These are my confessions. Basically, that's what it is. Um I will be the first to admit that for the longest that I've had the Square Circle podcast, where it came about on October 19th, 2019, and then like AEW came about and stuff like that. I would be the first to admit that yes, I've um completely ranted about Cody Rhodes. And yeah, I'm a little shocked that he'll go from that would happen. Um I would rant about Cody Rhodes, and it wasn't about like him being a bad person. It was more for his character. It was more for what he's trying to present. Um I never really took I never really got attached to him on the indies when he left WWE to try to like find himself. I hated that he was part of the Bullet Club. He did not need to be part of the Bullet Club at all. We did not need the first ever Bullet Club civil war between him and uh Kenny Omega. And then like thankfully Tama and everybody else, well, just Tama T and Haku kicked them all fucking out. And then now God is no longer with Bullet Club either way. Anyway, so I feel like we didn't need that version of Cody Rhodes, because I was just like, bro, like, you're trying to be you, and I get that, but this isn't working. Um, yeah, his match with Kenny Omega is good. I'm just talking about the story build up and Cody Rhodes getting jealous. Like, if I ever interviewed Cody, I would have been like, hey, can you walk me through that story, like the behind the scenes, like, why did you feel that you were freaking jealous? It's freaking Tama's team, you know? By the way, I'm still always gonna say that Bullet Club is Tama's Bullet Club anyway, no matter what. Um, Greg says the first time I cared about Cody on the Indies was when he was going after the 10 pounds ago. That made NWA and Cody relevant. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say that I never like I never got invested into that. Like, congratulations, you know, um, congratulations that he won the NWA championship title, and that means a lot. All that prestige and everything. I'm never gonna take that away from him. But I'm just like, all right, cool. It's Cody. It's just that I think that Cody never had a cool down time until like recently. So from the time that he left AEW to the time that he showed up on WWE, being silent, being home, really can't talk about anything, and then you have the fucking dirt sheets, talking out their ass. Which, by the way, guys, can you like not? And this isn't for like my normal people in the chat. This is for like when you guys hear this on like your your favorite podcast platforms. Stop following Uncle Dave. Stop following Brian Alvarez, because I'm not sure if you guys noticed yesterday. They said that the 77,000 plus fans in attendance, that's a fake number. Bro, how the fuck is that a fake number? You know what's a fake number? When AEW got their first 1 million fucking gate, when the tickets sold out for, I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's double or nothing. But that's some fucking fake numbers, because those are fucking bots buying up all the tickets. Like, it's just that, like, stop following Dave. stop following Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave is not the be all end all in professional wrestling world. There's other people that are rising in the ranks and rising to give you guys a good, a good thing. Other than that, like, stop following Dave, stop following Brian Alvarez, and hang out with me where I get to be silly and creative and talk about everything I want to. Let me go back up into the chat. Okay, we're talking about NWA here. Square Circle said that he loves the video hyping up the match between Aldis and, oh my god, la, 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 la. Oh, between him and Aldis. And then Greg was like, he wasn't supposed to have a cooldown time though. I mean, I would think that if he did have a cooldown time, people wouldn't boo him as much. Sometimes you need a cooldown time. Where are the, oh my god. Okay, hold on. I gotta look at the other chat in order to read what you guys are saying. Okay, so all right, so Square Circle said, I forgot about that Smashing Pumpkins song and immediately threw it on my Apple podcast list. Okay. PhD Bound, what's up? Thank you for joining the chat and the stream. Well, I can thank Cody for introducing me to Tom and the rest of the game. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know about that part. The PW podcast says, you know what a fake number is? Any star rating ever. Yeah. Like, fuck your star ratings too. If you connected with the match, that's all it matters, okay? Square Circle says, I'm doing a segment on the show called From Reliable Sources of the Gorilla Position, having people in the IWC. Oh shit, dude. I want in on that. I want in on that. Like, I just created a bunch of stupid tweets that, like, a bunch of stupid tweets. For anyone that is just tuning in now, like, I created a bunch of stupid tweets because apparently, Bowser has a fucking Twitter account. So, there we go. Bowser has a Twitter account, called him, welcome to the big leagues, bitch, and shit like that. So yeah, Bowser has a Twitter account. Um, This is my favorite one that I made. Just look at the hashtag on this one. Yes, for those are viewing, yes, I made a little mini video about, what the IWC would say. And this is what they gave me. The wrestling community gave me these tweets, guys. They really did. But this is probably by far like my favorite one. Um, anyway, so yeah. What about Bowser? I didn't think of Bowser Jr. He's still underage, so he couldn't stay up. To watch WrestleMania. So unfortunately, Bowser Jr. doesn't have anything to say about it. And yeah, that's about it. Hey, Ozzy Lucia, what's up? Thank you for joining the stream. But yeah, I personally still think that Cody did not need the Bullet Club. But if Cody got you into the Bullet Club and that was your first introduction to the Bullet Club, that's cool too. But me personally, I was like, bro, your name is so huge. You're Cody Rhodes. You're part of the Rhodes family. You don't need fucking Bullet Club. But yeah, anyway, other than that, and then AEW happens, and then I just complain about, like, his character and what he's doing, the direction that he's doing, and I sort of stopped on my previous podcast episodes. Previous, yeah, I guess we could say previous. My backlog of episodes where I'm just like, I'm gonna stop ranting about them. I'm gonna stop ranting about AEW because it seems like no one listens, and I'm just gonna focus on things that make me happy. And New Japan Pro Wrestling makes me happy. Impact Wrestling makes me happy. Certain wrestlers, make me happy for me to talk about them and be like, hey, let me give them a spotlight. Jump on their bandwagon. They're gonna need all the help that they can get. So yeah, I will say too that I think I was on Bama's podcast, the Bama Slammer, who's part of Smack Raw Pod, and I did say something along the lines, because I know I said it before in the past. The question was like, are you gonna feel something um when Cody Rhodes like debuts? Because all the dirt sheets are, talking about it every fucking 5 minutes. So with all the dirt sheets talking about it, are you gonna feel some type of way? And I'm paraphrasing, guys, here. I'm paraphrasing here, guys. There we go. Um so I basically said no. I said I'm not gonna care. When it got revealed of the pyros going off inside the ring, I was basically like, wait a minute, who else has that? Like, no one else in WWE currently has that. Kane is not gonna come out. Kane is not gonna come out to that. And then all of a sudden, the I think it was more pyro, and then like the lights went out. And as soon as the lights went out, I was like, well, at first someone with me was like, it's probably Bray Wyatt. And I was like, no, it's not Bray. Like Bray, all through WrestleCon was just meeting fans and stuff like that. And then like the certain tweets that you see on Twitter from Bray Wyatt basically was like, feeling like it's like a no-go. It's like, he's probably not gonna return to WWE. Oh no. What? Why does this happen? I gotta find a different encoder. Man, hold on, guys. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. My laptop just freaked the fuck out. Sorry if it was like a little weird and shit, but you know. All right, so everyone in the chat was like Undertaker. I actually thought it could have been like Undertaker at one point. But yeah. So let me close these tabs and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, apologies for that. If it looked kind of weird, like I said, my laptop was acting up. I might have to like, fix some stuff. Um Okay, good, good. I didn't know. But then again, me just staring here and not saying a word, I didn't want to be awkward. All right. So, having the presentation changed my mind. Okay? I said I wasn't going to care. I cared. I screamed that it was Cody Rhodes. I was having fun in in my living room about, Cody and all of that, and okay. Interesting. I was having fun about, Cody being on WWE, and you know what it was? It felt right. It felt like him coming back home, and he looked so mature. He felt so mature. WWE is a spectacle, and you can see it in his face that like, you know, this is the most support that he's ever gotten. Um, PW podcast said that he screamed, but not out of excitement. That's all good, dude. That's all good. Square Circle says, too much dead air, 1.5 stars. Oh my god. You should tweet that out and see what happens. Like, I wouldn't do it because I didn't mind it, but you should tweet it out and see what happens. Um, so yeah, so again, these are my confessions where I will be following Cody Rhodes' career. You guys will hear some WWE content on the Square Circle podcast, and that has not happened ever since I was like, yo, I can't do WWE anymore. I just have it on in the background as background noise, and whoever I interact with, if they want to talk about WWE, luckily I know some stuff, so I'll be able to talk about it, but you're not going to get content. However, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes made his return to WWE as the American Nightmare, as we saw him in AEW and coming out to Kingdom. So you guys are definitely going to get some Cody Rhodes WWE content on the Square Circle podcast. And I do know that when I decide to end the stream, we will be listening to Cody Rhodes' theme song. If I get a DMCA strike, it'll be okay. I can deal with one. I already dealt with like a DMCA strike about New Japan Pro Wrestling when they tried to take down my Osprey video, and they fucking did over on the YouTube side. Um so yeah, basically, like, yeah. That's what we're gonna do whenever I say we're gonna end this. That we're gonna listen to Kingdom. Um yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna see what happens. Again, in wrestling, never say never. Uh okay, so there's a lot of comments here. Okay, cool. The PW podcast said I give it a couple of months before this Cody thing becomes dead air. Maybe, you never know. Uh Aussie Lucian says Cody will get the Ruby treatment. freaking freaking guy. Greg says, I love the commentary Cody did inside the ring. Nice way to make fun of Stardust. Nice Hamasura's dad, nice Hamasura's brother. Yeah. It was a really nice match between Cody and Seth, and I really want more. I really want a feud between these two, and I think that they will bring out the best in each other, and I really want to see that. Because I think that it'll be sort of unfair if we just leave it like this, because obviously, like, when they put the video up of Vince, of Seth going to Vince's office, and Vince is like, hey, you're gonna have an opponent at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be my choosing. Technically we could say that Seth Rollins wasn't prepared. Like, was he really truly prepared? He did a very great job, but was he really truly prepared mentally to face the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes? What I would love to see from Cody Rhodes is a different fucking move set. Can someone please tweet that at him? Maybe I should just clip this out of myself. Sir, Cody, please get a new move set. I was thinking of something clever else to say, but please get a new move set. I understand that these are like your staples, and it works perfectly fine for WWE, but even though you are the American Nightmare, get some moves that represent the American Nightmare. Get some moves that represents Cody Rhodes. The Crossroads, yes, that definitely represents you. The cutter, yes, but everyone is doing a fucking cutter. Everyone on Impact Wrestling is doing a cutter. The whole Indies is doing a cutter. Please get like a new move set that represents the American Nightmare, that that these moves are definitely going to be finishers and signatures, and gonna be representing you. The only cutter that I will allow is obviously the Diamond Cutter from DDP, because he's a legend. Two, Tama's cutter, because Tama does that shit nice now. Um, Obviously, hey Vortex, what's up? How's it going, Vortex? How's your day been? And third will be Randy Orton. Randy Orton can keep his RKO. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. My chat is already telling me what else to tell Cody Rhodes. The PW podcast says, "Where the yellow polka dots, Cody?" This guy got jokes. Aussie Lucian said the super kick. I guess. Yo, you're having me think about this. Like, you see, I don't associate the super kick with freaking Cody though. So I think that one is okay, depending on like when he does it. Greg says, no more chin music, no more cutters, no more tope suicidas from literally everyone. Okay, can't argue with that. I am great, Vortex. I'm great. Happy that you're here. Maybe I should put out that tweet of like, hey, what can we tell Cody Rhodes to do differently? Like, I don't know. But I don't know if I want to. But yeah, I really enjoyed just sitting in my house, having no expectations, just basically after getting done streaming about 4 hours of talking about all the wrestling I watched, and then having to watch WrestleMania. It was fun. It was really really fun. Wait, hold on. Aussie Lucian said something and it got uh get Cody doing a V trigger. Man. and what see, if he does a like a knee shot, we can't call it the C trigger because that's what Chase calls his fucking knee shot is a C trigger. What we could call it is like the American Nightmare. So the AN, it's the AN trigger. I don't know. That sounds stupid. Um, or we could do the CR. It's the CR trigger. The CR trigger. Just him running, doing a V trigger and shit. You know, it would be funny if he does a V trigger in WWE. Rhodes to the face. Oh my god. That's perfect. That's perfect, Aussie Lucian. That's perfect. Geez, if he ever does a kick, we're gonna have to like voice over it and just do Rhodes to the face. Um Square Circle said, honestly, he should do a submission finisher. He's an accomplished amateur wrestler, and a good submission finisher will fit right with his background. Greg says, I bet Cody definitely negotiated this time around that when he leaves again, he's keeping his damn name. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Even though Vince would give it to him. Like Vince would be like, yo, bro, like you can have this, you can have that. That's totally fine. Um, yeah, so I want to go back to Square Circle's point about that. You know, sometimes I say this all the time, right? Like you don't always have to do the flashy moves. You don't always have to do the like flips and everything unless there's like psychology behind it. See, I'm going to switch over to like the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks would have been awesome if they would have basically like started doing technical moves, ground moves, so that way everybody that has ever talked shit about them can like shut the fuck up, right? So like that is what I take it as. I take it as if you know you're going into a new chapter of your life, and this is in general, right? Because we are all creatures of habit, we're all creatures of growth, we're all creatures of like just learning from each other and trying to be the best version that we can be, right? So we all have chapters in our lives, and sometimes we come to a crossroads, all puns intended. We come to this crossroads and we're like, what the fuck should I do? How am I going to reinvent myself? You know, people, you know, like the old you, but there's something about it that you don't like, so you want to go change it. Um so this is what I'm saying, that certain guys in their careers of professional wrestling basically need to try and reevaluate themselves, revise themselves, basically make something new. And by doing that, you do technical stuff, submissions, you become the, you know, uh well, we call Samoa Joe the Samoan submission machine. I don't know why. Like I was trying to fuse stuff together. It wasn't working. Um, but yeah, like I wish that Cody can see this and you know be a part of my Twitch stream. I don't know if he's like ever gonna come on here so I can like interview him. But you know, I just think that Cody needs to do something different, and Square Circle Podcast is definitely right on that point. The same thing with the Young Bucks. I really wanted them to do like more technical base and stuff like that. All right, so Greg has a question, and then I'll go back and like you know talk more about some awesome points because I saw some awesome stuff in there. So Greg asks me, do I think Ospreay breaks the record for 5-star matches? He's at 19 now, 6 away from Ty Misawa's record. Um, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't really care about whether or not a match has 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars, 100 stars. If the match connects with me, then you know it's a good match. If it really doesn't connect with me and I really don't remember much about it and I can't really just talk about it on the fly, then there's something wrong with it. Osprey has some really good bouts. Osprey is a really good competitor all around. He's a good storyteller. But if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's totally okay. He's definitely our kingpin, and eventually he'll get the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship back, or become tag team champion, or become US champion, or that's basically about it for now, because he's not going to go back into the junior division. So yeah. Um, Other than that, let me go back up to read some stuff. I think Square Circle said that FTR is his favorite tag team right now, and then he watched the Briscoes versus FTR, and I'm gonna have to say this though, that that match, right? I loved everything about the Briscoes versus FTR because it brought me back to original Ring of Honor. It brought me back to why I love Ring of Honor, why, I fell in love with the company back in the day, and, the reason why I went to their shows. Um, it just brought me back to like nostalgia. And I followed the Briscoes' career ever since. I shared a story about Paul Turner and why we called him Next World Champ while he was there in Ring of Honor. So if you guys want to go check that out, go ahead. But other than that, like, I totally agree. FTR is starting to get into that place of, you know, um, I can't take them on the internet type of thing, and it's only Dax. But when I see them wrestle in the ring, it's something different. It's very, very, very different. Um, yeah, that match was textbook tag team match. I guess it is. Yeah, I would have to sit down and really watch it. I was watching it as a fan. I was watching it as like me immersing myself in the Briscoes versus FTR. Uh Greg says, yeah, FTR versus the Briscoes was the best. Having match and Cody and Seth on the same weekend was really special. That really was. That really was special. Square Circle says that his nephew is becoming a wrestler to be in a tag team. I told him to study that match. Yes, study that match. There's other matches that he could probably study too. For tag team wrestling. But yeah, tag team wrestling is super you know, awesome depending on what it is. God, for an example, awesome tag team. I'm always gonna put them over on this podcast. So get used to me, just talking everything about God. Um, yeah, there wasn't. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to FTR versus the Briscoes. There wasn't a lot of flashy high spots, and I love that. That's why I love this match, is because everything made sense. I said yesterday during my live stream that it felt like an even playing field. It didn't feel like the FTR had like, I don't know, like 70% of 70% of like the advantage, and then the Briscoes had like shit. No, they were very even. They fought just as hard as the other ones. Um I'm gonna give a shout out to Aussie Lucian as well, because also here on the Square Circle podcast, on days where I'm not doing a professional podcast episode, just talking about everything and just having fun with you guys, I do tend to watch wrestling matches, and Aussie Lucian gave me some couple gave me two from Pro Wrestling Australia, and like one of them was a tag team match of Aussie Open versus the Velocities. I only complain about the length of the match because I really do not think that a tag team match like that for the gold needs to go 44 minutes. Just because I'm like, bro, what else can you do? And how you gonna top, part two if you do a part two? But other than that, like, the match he gave me was very special, was very nice. I really did enjoy that one. I still need to watch the other one with you guys. But yeah, you'll know that if you follow me at Marie_Shadows over on Twitter. But Aussie, thank you for like, showing me some Australian wrestling. So let's see. Um I can already feel my voice going. I think I'm gonna have to take like voice lessons because I definitely raise my own voice when I get like super passionate talking about wrestling, no matter what. All right, cool. So, Square Circle said that his favorite tag team of all time was the Dudley Boys, and I'm guessing that he means like um his nephew. Um, and then did you know that match was 48 minutes? I honestly thought they were the Briscoes versus FTR was 48 minutes. I didn't know that. I was too immersed in it. Oh man, I didn't know that. Greg says I'm a little surprised the Usos have stayed in WWE as long as they have. The tag team division is awful and have been for decades. They are a special team and clearly above all the rest in WWE. Completely true, Greg. Completely true. I will say this though, that because of um like their lineage, I don't know if they were to ever break away. It will probably take a lot for them to break away from WWE, but most people enjoy it. When you basically like go for your dream job, you tend to sort of stay until you done everything. And yeah, the Usos done everything, but right now it's like they're sort of safe. Imagine if like, I would love for the forbidden door to be open, and I really don't like using that term at all. Um I would definitely love to have this forbidden door open where we can see the Usos going over to World Tag League. Like send the Usos to World Tag League. Um I was talking about this yesterday with somebody in my house about send Dominic Mysterio to Best of the Super Juniors. Send Rey Mysterio to Best of the Super Juniors. Like get your WWE guys out there to New Japan Pro Wrestling just to have them run like a month, 2 months of tours, and let's see what happens. Yeah, PhD bound is totally correct. She says, I doubt they would leave given family relationship events. Yeah. But, that doesn't mean they can't be sent to World Tag League and face GOD. Like, come on. We all want that. We all want the Usos versus GOD. Who doesn't want that? Um, but yeah. So, uh, what else is there? Uh, do you guys want to start asking me questions? Because I don't know how much longer I could talk about Cody Rhodes. I already gave my confession. I'm gonna follow Cody Rhodes. You guys are gonna have WWE content on the Square Circle podcast because I'm gonna follow Cody Rhodes and see what he does and see how he blossoms. Because if you guys have been listening to like his backstage comments with the WWE digital exclusives and stuff, he feels like a different person, a different mentality. Hopefully this is right, hopefully this is a good fit for him. We don't know. I'm just gonna, go along for the ride. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go along for the ride. I've been going along for the ride. Maybe I won't rant about Cody Rhodes in the first week of him showing up to Raw or SmackDown, but if the wrestling gods can hear me, please let Cody Rhodes open up Raw or SmackDown and say, "What do you guys want to talk about?" I just want to hear him. I just want to hear him say with that swagger of, "What do you guys want to talk about?" Like I really want to hear that shit. I thought it was corny that he did it in AEW, but I want to hear it in WWE. Square Circle Pod, Square Circle Podcast. Oh my god, yes, myself, Square Circle, my other buddy, brought up a very good question. I was thinking about renaming this podcast episode to Give Cody the title. Fuck yeah. Let's start the program of Cody versus Roman Reigns after he has like a successful series of matches with Seth Rollins. I will be all for Cody Rhodes taking the championship title off of Brock Lesnar. Oh shit, no. Take the You guys heard that, right? I said Brock Lesnar instead of Roman Reigns. What is happening in my brain? What is happening? I am thinking too fast. I am talking too fast. I love you guys for hanging out with me and like seeing this other side. Cuz I don't really I'm not this bubbly. I think I'm bubbly. Um so yeah. I will say that let Cody Rhodes have the belt. Take it off of Roman, take it off of Brock. Um yes, I know it's a square circle countdown. I'm so sorry, dude. Trust me, I give like little nicknames to like when my brain they just does weird shit, dude. Like I know it's Square Circle Countdown. So Square Circle Countdown is here in the chat on the Square Circle podcast. We're basically like long lost relatives because we probably had the same idea of naming our shows like very similar. So we're long lost family relatives. That's gonna be our origin story, Square Circle Countdown. That we are long lost relatives in the podcasting world, and we somehow came together and talking shit. Uh, PhD Bound says they pronounce it as Anawai, but oh yeah, they pronounce it as that instead of Anoi. Um, yeah, so the Anawai and Fatu family run deep. They got more coming. Yeah, they really do. And the only reason why I know that that's why it's pronounced the Anawai family is because I did get the chance to hang out with Lance from that side. So, I got to hang out with him. Um, which I should like post up some pictures, stuff like that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, they in the chat they were talking about like Usos versus God. And then I think PhD said something about like a triple threat that have Hikaleo in it and stuff. Blah blah blah. Yep. Yeah, New York and Philly representing. We are the most talkative people. Well, there's others too, but like you don't mess with New Yorkers. You don't mess with Philly. You don't mess with Detroit. You don't mess with Cali. Who else you don't mess with? I guess he don't mess with Chicago sometimes, but CM Punk comes from Chicago and like, you know, he's still dodging people. So I don't know, man. Anyway, but yeah, you don't mess with New Yorkers, you don't mess with Philly. Um Greg, I do not have that command. I have no idea what that command is. Oh, I guess. Square Circle Countdown says, I want to see Jacob Fatu in WWE. I guess. I mean, like maybe a one-off, or like a nice little full year that runs from all the rest of that. Type Chicago, but Twitch put it in backwards for some. Oh, damn! Twitch has become dyslexic. If that's the case. Arthur Lucian said, "Stone Cold proved you don't mess with Texas." Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, how can I forget about Stone Cold? Um, Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Like, I was like, what is happening? It's 2022. Stone Cold is wrestling. Apparently, I think he went 20 minutes with KO, and that was fantastic, man. That was fantastic. I was like, yo, is Stone Cold really gonna have a match? Like, And then um on Twitter I decided to be like, yo, Stone Cold is better than like CM Punk, right? Um Basically in the fact that Stone Cold hasn't had a match in like 19 years, and then CM Punk is like playing the old man CM Punk shit, and he's like, I haven't had a match in 7 years, and like, bro, you still look like you suck. While Stone Cold over here is all like, I got this, and look good doing it too. I was a little worried that he still might be a little slow on stuff, but you know, when you're in there with a veteran like Kevin Owens, you're gonna look like $1,000,000. If you're in the ring with CM Punk, you ain't looking like shit. Okay. Um, Everybody on the internet can definitely come for me for that. That's totally fine, man. I got the block and mute button. That's all good. But I will, talk my shit about it. Because again, I really don't want to keep ranting about like AEW, but I'm gonna have to. It made no sense for Will Hobbs to lose against CM Punk. It made no sense for Dax to lose to CM Punk when Dax had more wrestling ability than CM Punk, and all CM Punk can do is take other people's fucking moves, such as the go to sleep that Kenta has and the Anaconda Vice that Tenzan has. Um, who else? Uh, who else lost? Everybody that lost to CM Punk, like, where are they now? They're doing shit. So yeah, that's why Stone Cold is better than CM Punk, even though I understood why Stone Cold won against Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens still looks strong. So, it kind of cancels each other out if we're gonna have this debate of, oh, Kevin Owens got buried. No, Kevin Owens didn't even get buried during that match. Kevin Owens basically gave it his all, and Kevin Owens, made Triple H. Oh my god. Kevin Owens made Stone Cold look like $1,000,000. Um so basically, yeah, like, that made sense, unfortunately, in the world of wrestling. But CM Punk's fucking whole entire story that he's been fucking doing, it's all for himself because he never got that shit in WWE. So Tony Khan, being the person that likes to please a lot of people and likes to flex on people, can I do that better? Likes to flex on people. Let CM Punk do whatever the fuck he wants. You know? And then when I talk like this about CM Punk, none of his fucking fans come in to fucking defend him. But if I were to talk shit about John Moxley, you guys are fucking awesome, and you guys come in and defend your man. But I don't really have really bad things to say about John Moxley, other than he's a hit or miss for me, depending on who he's facing, what he's doing. So John Moxley still gets a pass from me, but CM Punk, fuck out of here. CM Punk doesn't get a pass from me. Square Circle Countdown says Owens took a stunner after hitting himself with the chair by accident, which is, so cartoonish. It was very funny. Um, it's the perfect setup for the loss. Uh, Big Mama Pump in the house. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Jordan Grace like joined the fucking Twitch stream. Oh my god. But yeah, I totally get it. Yeah. Okay, I can. I guess I can. Can I flex? Yeah, I can flex a little bit. Like, I got some muscle. Um, yeah, all right, cool. I will. Yeah, I don't know. I decided to flex on you guys. Yeah. So yeah, I was flexing. I realized you were talking about me. Um, I just want to make sure that you guys can see that I have, fucking muscle here. Um, I used to work out. I used to work out. I gotta get back into it. I really do. I was really thinking of like having my workout routines from my Switch, like live stream it. I'm not even sure if if I do that, that's gonna make me very fucking vulnerable, and I'm not sure how that's gonna be well received. Um, but yeah, you guys can always let me know about that. Um, anyway, I covered Cody Rhodes. I covered oh, you met Jordan 2 weeks ago after the Impact Stadium. Cool, cool, cool. Um Man, I miss Wawa's. Like, I would love Wawa to fucking sponsor the Square Circle podcast, man. Like, man, it's Wawa's. I totally miss eating there. Like, I fucking love Wawa's. Um, I really do. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Oh wait, no, I didn't cover everything of like WrestleMania. I do want to say though that the Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair match, that one was really good. It felt like a fight. It felt right. You know, luckily they didn't do some stupid ass shit where like Becky, like you kind of felt like Becky was gonna win and everything. Like it really felt nice. The back and forth felt nice. The urgency felt nice. Becky trying to use that hair as a weapon against Bianca. Oh, excuse me. To use Bianca's hair against her, and it was working here and there. I was really like being on the side of Bama because Bama for like the for weeks, Bama was talking about how like if you really want to turn Becky heel, you basically have her cut Bianca's hair. And I was like, yo, that should probably fucking happen if that's what you really want to do. But I guess for this time around, it's okay that they didn't do it. The next person that she feuds with, if they introduce a new woman, like why not go that route of cutting her hair? You know, it'll be interesting. It'll be fresh. It'll be a different storyline for women. Um, it won't necessarily like I don't know. I know everybody would like be really like upset and angry and fake outrages all along. But other than that, like I think that okay. But other than that, I really think that it basically like what's the word I'm looking for? It'll be interesting to have like a new woman come in, challenge Bianca, maybe cut off her hair. But I will say that Bianca versus Becky like felt right. It felt really really good. They let them do what they need to do. Um, Bianca Belair doing a 450 splash from the second rope. That was phenomenal, man. That was really really good. Um, Also, I just remember this speedy recovery to Boogs. He hurt his knee, I guess. Maybe something popped. But speedy recovery to him. For him to get back. Um, what else happened? The Usos had a very good tag team match. It was all right. Let's have the Usos versus the Briscoes. Let's have the Briscoes go over to WWE for like a one time only thing. Like, let's do that. Um, let's see. What else happened at WrestleMania? Women's match. Oh, Charlotte versus Ronda. That was a really good match. Okay, you guys can at me if you want. At me at Maria underscore Shadows if you think that I'm out of line by saying that Charlotte versus Ronda was a very good match. Ronda can deliver when it comes to really high profile matches. Someone needs to help her with her promos. I can volunteer my services, but other than that, she can deliver when she needs to deliver. So that match between Ronda and Charlotte felt really good. It felt like, a WrestleMania moment. It felt like, Ronda was like I said this yesterday that well, in my house. I said that Ronda makes professional wrestling more legitimate while she's there at WWE. And yeah, I'm not gonna take back that statement at all. I do feel that Ronda makes it more legitimate. It feels different. It looks different. You know you're not getting the same five moves of doom when you're watching WWE and you see Ronda on TV delivering at the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Like you're not gonna get anything different. You're gonna get that badass chick. You're gonna get that badass girl that came back like 4 weeks after having a kid. I'm over exaggerating, I know. But it felt like 4 fucking weeks after her having a kid and being like, hey, I'm back, let's go. And there's nothing for her to like look like, she had a kid, you know? It's amazing. It's so amazing. But yeah, I think that what do you call it? Ronda gives a legitimacy to professional wrestling. And it's okay if like people don't understand this. I could definitely explain it to you why it happens. But yes, Ronda definitely does give a legitimacy to basically WWE. Let's see what happens. We had Stone Cold, we had that, we had Seth Rollins versus Cody. Um, Oh, the tag match of the Mysterios versus the Miz and Logan Paul. You know, I am supposed to dislike Logan Paul. I am supposed to not give a shit about Logan Paul. But I always look at professional wrestling as a way of like, well, through the eyes and lens of um making sure I can try to give the respect to the business when it deserves it, the respect to the wrestlers when it deserves it. When people have been putting in the work, yes, they need to get the respect, and they also need to basically like, for me to give them their props. That's what I'm trying to say. I do not like Logan Paul. I do not care about Logan Paul. I will not be buying his merch or anything, but every move that he did in that match of the Mysterios versus himself and what do you call it? And the Miz, textbook moves that looked really good. He did that body slam to Dominic Mysterio. He cradled Dominic's head so that way like it doesn't like hurt at all and he doesn't like mess it up. He did a really nice frog splash. He did a couple of heel tactics, I think. But all around, I am really surprised that Logan Paul really took to being a damn near decent wrestler, um in that match, doing the little things that he did, and I appreciate that. I appreciate when celebrities come in like Bad Bunny, like Square Circle Countdown here says that Bad Bunny was great last year. I respect celebrities that come in. I respect celebrities that come in and respect the business. The moment that you come in and don't respect the business, you don't have my respect, and I will be a little mouthy with you and or a little snippy because I respect this business so much. I love this business so much. You are not gonna respect. You're not gonna disrespect the thing that you know. I guess finally took years to fucking accept anyway. But yeah, I would definitely like um yeah, if you show me any disrespect for the business in general or towards me, that's not a very good day. Square Circle Countdown said that dude did 10-hour sessions getting ready for the match. And Paul had a great heat spot doing the Three Amigos. Yeah. Um, you know, um great job all around to Logan Paul. And then the Miz turning on Logan Paul, which I thought was hilarious. I was just laughing, dude. I'm just like, yo, I can't take this seriously at all. Um, it's pretty funny, but then again, you don't trust the Miz at all. Anyway, let's see. That match all around was really good. Surprisingly, I saw on Twitter. Oh, see, I have no idea who Lawrence Taylor is. Sounds familiar. I don't know. The face is not coming to the name. So Square Circle Countdown said Lawrence Taylor did a month-long program to get ready for his match against Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 9. No, that's not 9. Yes, it is. Oh, football. Okay, thanks, PhD. Yeah. So just so you guys know, right? And I guess we're gonna get into um, I think I'll be scared. My brain just came up with an idea to have a segment called Ask Me About My Life. And I'm not sure if I really want to do that. But I'll just give you guys a little teaser, a little taste. Um, all I know is professional wrestling. Okay. I do not know any other sport. I do not care to learn any other sports. The only time I cared to learn another sport was when I was working for the NBA store here in New York City, which is by Fanatics. So I used to work for Fanatics, used to work in the NBA store, and I had just a background in customer service, so that's why I got the job. And I had to learn on the job, and I am so thankful for everyone that I have ever met along the way in the NBA store, to basically learn about basketball and learn about Jordan and all this kind of stuff, so I can answer people's questions and become this guru and be the best person at my job. I was like the best one there. Everybody wanted to like fucking work with me. Even like customers were like, hey, can you help me out or whatnot. When other people were just like didn't want to be bothered, I was the person they came to. So yeah, I just know about basketball, but please do not ask me about basketball questions. Don't ask me questions about basketball. I'm so sorry, my brain is going. Don't ask me questions about basketball. If you do, I will not like answer it, or I'll just make a joke about it. But no, all I know is professional wrestling, and that's it. Um, all right, so Square Circle Countdown dropped some knowledge on me about football because, like I said, I know shit about football. He's a football player from the New York Giants, and he's number 11. Okay, cool. Um, PhD bounce says we got you. Yeah. But yeah, but when people watch the VOD, they're gonna have to realize that don't ask me about basketball questions. Um, all right, Greg, no problem, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'm probably gonna end soon anyway, but yeah, I appreciate you being here. Square Circle Content is all about football, baseball, hockey, wrestling, and Sopranos. uh, great, 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 great. But yeah, uh, before WWE, it was me working for Fanatics, and now that Fanatics and WWE have a partnership, a deal for like NFTs and like other stuff and like merch, man, I'm just like, yo, I used to work for you guys. I used to work for Fanatics and I used to work for WWE. Like life is funny, man. Life is funny. It's super super funny. Um, but yeah, overall, WrestleMania. Oh, huh. Greg Greg says hi from over from YouTube. That's funny, Greg. But overall, WrestleMania was great. Again, I will say it here if you are catching the end part of this. Um, I will say this though, that I feel good. I feel like I covered everything. I just wanted to make it a short talk about WrestleMania only, and throw in some like WWE shit, throw in some WWE shit. Throw in some AEW shit. My brain is moving too fast. I don't have a script, guys. This is just me going. But I do feel awesome that I got almost everything off of my chest. I don't have anything else to either make an observation about or, talk about in a way. I do want to get over myself and reach out to certain wrestlers and like interview them and shit like that. That's what I would like to do. But I got to work on that. I got to work on me. Um, I feel that we talked about everything of WWE and Cody Rhodes. Like I said, I will say this again. I used to rant about Cody Rhodes. Now I will basically just watch his career from afar again. He feels right being back in WWE. Maybe on the next stream I could go a little bit more in depth about how he feels about, not really how he feels, but looking at it from like a big picture point of view, because I've noticed that like all of my rants are sort of like micro focused. But we got to really look at his whole entire career and what he really did, and basically like understand what could have drove him to leave WWE. Because I do respect the fact that he doesn't really want to get into it. He doesn't really want to talk about it in interviews. And I know people are probably going to be like, hey, Cody, ask him a bunch of like 101, like 101 questions about like AEW and shit like that. And I just respect the fact that he doesn't want to do that. So maybe we'll do something where it's like looking into it where like, a bigger picture. We'll see what he does when it comes to either Friday Night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I really hope he goes, so what do you guys want to talk about? Like I really hope he does that. Um so yeah, we're all gonna follow his career. And that's it. Unless anyone else has anything else in the chat to bring up. I think that this was just a great um a little over an hour and a half. Even though, yes, I will say here I am trying to get Twitch affiliate. So your views matter a whole lot. Your views matter. Hopefully in April we could get Twitch affiliate. I really, really hope we do. And I really do love that you guys are here with me talking about this. And I'm glad you guys liked the video and the fake ass tweets. But yeah, if anybody wants to drop anything into the chat, anything last minute, please go and do that. If not, you guys will see the ending soon screen, and then we are going to play out um, you know, Cody Rhodes theme song because it just feels just right. Um let me quickly do this while I wait for you guys to. Okay. Square Circle Countdown, thank you for letting me know it was a good show. Um yeah, this is basically like, I don't know, unscripted Marie, like you get me 100% no matter what. And yes, happy WrestleMania Sunday everyone. You know what? I will end it on this note. I will end it on this note before I go to the ending soon screen. Every single year, right? You see it on Twitter, you see it in the internet wrestling community, you see it by the big uh wrestling journalists. They always put out some negativity about WrestleMania. They always put out some negativity about WWE. And I've noticed that there's a huge disconnect. And people want to get paid for their negative views, their negative talk. Well, when are we going to turn that around and get people paid for their positivity, for their fun, excuse me, their fun perspectives and stuff like that? You notice how the journalists are like fucking quiet about WrestleMania, right? WrestleMania season, the whole entire WrestleMania weekend. Everybody has smiles. Everybody is, joyous. Everyone is having fun. Whether they're like live streaming their reaction or just talking with their friends, and any of the negative stuff that has been talked about for the past fucking months after Royal Rumble, where are they? Where are their updates? Where are their retractions? Where is everything? Like, if you're watching this and you're hearing me talk, or you're watching me talk, whatever it is, don't you question what kind of people you want to hang around with? Don't you question what type of fun you want to hang around with? Why do you guys want to immerse yourself in negativity 24/7? When there's life to be celebrated, there's wrestlers to celebrate and be like, thank you for risking your body for my entertainment, for my pleasure. Thank you for, to all the creators who are making amazing. Sorry about that. A fucking thing. I was in the fucking zone and that had to go off. Anyway, thanking the amazing creators that are making wonderful fucking content, original concept shows. And if you're not following them, so like for example, right? I've had the pleasure of being on Smack Raw Pod, multiple times. I am apparently the unofficial like third co-host because I talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling because that shit like gets me really excited. But I've been on their show of talking about the very unpopular wrestling opinions, and that's a very unique show that no one else is really fucking doing. Bama Slammer has his shows where he has like check your temperature, and then he creates a bunch of other shows that are really fun, like this or that, like asking people on a panel like, yo, would you pick this or would you pick that, and then they get into a fucking debate. Square Circle Countdown here that joins me for these live sessions. He does his top 10 and he gives you reasons why you should check this match out, check this promotion out, what sets this match different from something else. um let's see who else do I interact with a lot. The Pro Wrestling Podcast, like I am new to his stuff, and me and him had a debate because when I was on the call up with Kenny, and we were going over AEW. He's the our first introduction to each other because we didn't know each other. He's wearing a CM Punk shirt, and I'm just, talking. And I basically say, fuck Punk. And that's how we sort of created this mini friendship because he was like, what? CM Punk is his favorite person. And he brought me onto the show, and we had a debate about, why I don't like CM Punk. And then we talked about everything else in professional wrestling, and I gave him all of my opinions and stuff like that. And that's how, we're cool. We understand that like they're just opinions, and I wasn't trying to change his mind and stuff. There's a lot of other fucking people that do a lot of cool things, that talk about a lot of cool things. Um, and I put them over because I see how much of the hard work that they do. They don't ride other people's clout. They don't ride other people's coattails. They basically don't kiss ass when other people kiss ass to get further into this. And I'm not sure if like, they say to be careful of what you say, but if you're not true to yourself, if you're not speaking your truth, like everyone wants you to speak your truth, then what's the point of you actually doing the content? You're just going to become the copy and paste brigade. That's why I do everything myself, and I am proud to do everything myself, and I try the best that I can to fill in the areas that, probably need the most help, probably, need to be maneuvered right. I'm happy that the way that the Square Circle podcast comes out, I'm happy that people are receptive to me wanting to put people over, me wanting to encourage collaborating with people, or getting your name out there, or doing a simple retweet for you on my fucking Twitter page, just because I think that there's fucking potential and stuff like that. It's just that sometimes we all got to work together because there is gatekeeping. I'm gonna keep it honest. There is gatekeeping. The moment that we could break down that gatekeeping and really truly say that the IWC is for everyone, and the IWC has positivity going on, and I'm not saying to completely do away with the negative, but we could do away with the toxicity that just because you have a phone and a screen doesn't mean that you could say whatever the fuck you want. You know, um, but one day, I really hope that we can all get together, support each other, lift each other up, and do what's best for each other and our content, as well as doing what's best for yourself individually. Um, but yeah, I think that that's a good thing to end on. Because most of the time, we as content creators in the space of professional wrestling, we find our strength through other wrestlers, through their stories. And that's why it's very important for wrestlers to have their unique stories, because we find strength in them. Cody is a big fucking example, okay? There's other wrestlers that I would say that I found strength in to have my story out and be as unapologetic as I am. But speaking of Cody Rhodes, like I know he's inspired a lot of people around in the wrestling community. And that's great. Um this is why wrestling means like so much to myself, so much to other people, because we find strength in this. And I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't enjoy it, and I love it. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to a episode of the Square Circle podcast. This was super fun. I really enjoyed everybody in the chat. You guys don't know how hard sometimes it is to be like, hey, I don't want to sit here talking to myself. And trying to get people to come in and watch a show that a female is doing, even though I really don't care about gender. I really don't. But just to put it into perspective of like, for me to do this, to get on to talk about professional wrestling. Um, and Mike always comes in at the fucking end. I'm here pouring my fucking heart out, and Mike comes in at the end of my stream. Jesus. But I am happy that Mike came in anyway. And Mike said, "What up?" And he said, "Marie." Um, but I don't know. Everyone in the micro order seems to have like that time and ability to come in when I'm ending my fucking stream. Like I'm here pouring my heart out, and then in comes Mike. Yeah, I missed you too. Okay, I missed you too. Um, you're gonna have to watch the replay of everything that I talked about. But yeah, I was just saying that this is basically the end because I have nothing else to talk about. Oh, you were napping, Mr. Napper, huh? How was your nap, by the way? I'll entertain this. What? How was your nap, buddy? um. uh, but yeah. Oh, it was short. So you had a power nap. Anyway, glad for you to join us at the end of the stream. But yeah. Uh Yeah, people blowing up about Cody, man. I should tag you in the little mini video that I did and see what you think about it. You know what? I'll play it one last time and then we could do that. But again, I am really happy that you guys are here. I'm really happy that you guys come into, the chat, talk with me. Wrestling is everything to me. Again, my goal is to get to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's what I want. Uh but yeah, I thank you for talking about this with me. But let me just play this video because Mike didn't see it. So you know what up, guys? It's Marie Childs of the Square Circle podcast. And earlier on Twitter, I had asked the wrestling community to give me their takes on Cody Rhodes, and I could definitely say I found some good ones. So let's go check them out. Wow, can't you believe what they're saying about Cody Rhodes? Well, if you want more, head over to my Twitch channel where we're going to talk more and all things Cody Rhodes and probably get into some confessions. These are my confessions. Okay. Um yeah, Mike. My goal is to get to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okay. Sorry about that. Uh but yeah, you should know that my goal is to get to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Um so okay. Yeah, so that was a little video that I made. That's my version of his theme. Adrenaline in my soul. I'm just trying to get paid, bro. Aren't we all trying to get paid? All right. So, yeah, I am going to end it here. Um, I'm gonna play us out to Cody Rhodes' theme, even if I might get DMCA'd. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. I will. like to say, I will like to say that I am very thankful. Yeah, sorry, Mike. I'm already done talking about everything. And I did like 4 hours yesterday of live streaming. So I need some time to rest before I watch WrestleMania. And then maybe tomorrow we'll come back and we'll talk about WrestleMania. You're welcome, Vortex. Thank you for joining me. Um, So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you enjoy story time with Marie Shadows and got some life lessons in because earlier today we just wasn't in a really good mindset, and then now I'm in a better mindset today. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys here to just listen to me talk about wrestling, me making a fool out of myself, me being happy, and sharing this with you guys. So thank you for that. This is an official podcast episode, so you'll be able to catch the VOD right here on twitch.tv/Marie_shadows. And if you want to hear the audio version, it will be over at anchor.fm/Square Circle Podcast, where that can be seen on Spotify. Spotify now has the ability to show you video. So if you want to see the video on Spotify, please go do so. As a time frame, hopefully I can get these out on time. Hopefully, hopefully. Other than that, head over to my Coffee page. It is better than Patreon. Coffee gives you options for your hard-earned money. So basically, if you want to give me a one-time donation, you could definitely do that. If you want to grab a monthly subscription, you could do that. You could shop from my shop and so much more. So head over to ko-fi.com/Marie_shadows. And if you don't know, I do have a Reddit page. It would be so awesome if you go over to my Reddit page. If you go over to my Reddit page, there is a lot of videos over there, a lot of content. We're having so much fun talking about professional wrestling over at my Reddit page. It is not toxic. So head over to reddit.com/r/Marie_shadows. And of course, I can never forget, if you do not agree with any of my wrestling takes, that's totally fine. Come chat it up with me over on Twitter at Marie_shadows. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to an episode of the Square Circle Podcast. I am your host, Marie Shadows, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
When